What's up, Bug fans? This is the Aftermath on 102.9. The Aftermath, the game, Broad Street South Radio. We're about to get ready to talk about Buck business. The Bucks will be facing the Texans, and let's just talk about everything around the NFC South. So stay tuned. Slick will be here momentarily. Yeah, that's me. It's been me for the past 3 weeks when people be asking, "Yo, AJ, what's up with them Bucks?" And I just can't do it. You know, I'm saying it's trauma for me. But again, but we're gonna try to get ourselves okay. We're gonna try to right this ship, right, Buck fans. So we gotta just have a positive outlook, but we can still express our frustrations. That's why we're here. So let's get it in here. This is the Aftermath on 102.9 The Game, Broad Street South Radio. It's one of your hosts, AJ Turn Up in the house, and we got my man, Coach Slick, aka the British guy who's always fly, and will be on standby momentarily. I hope you guys are doing good. This is a Sunday that you were stress free a little bit. I know the Bucks didn't play, so I was able to chill out, actually watch football and watch certain teams and see what our threats are in the NFC. And I'm here to tell you, as much as we have been enduring for the past few weeks with the bowls and controversy on the cushion coverage and Canales' lack of adjustment and imagination. People are divided on whether Baker's going to be the long-term answer or give Trask a shot. People are complaining about the run game. We have so much to be, in our feelings about. And I still stand behind my words about, my doubts with Canales and Bowles, but a lot of factors are playing in the Bucks' favor. So let's look at it. The Falcons lost, which we knew. Let's be real. I knew this. I told people that. And that's what pisses you off. And that's what pisses me off, in my opinion. I knew when the Falcons went and played the Titans, they were going to lose. I didn't know they were going to lose the way that they did, but I knew they were going to lose because the Falcons are not a better team than the Bucks. This is why it is frustrating for me to Bowles, because we missed an opportunity, a very important opportunity that we are going to have to fight our way back into. Yes, we're going to have to fight. The next 3 games, we're going to have to fight a lot. Hopefully, within the 4 games I told you before, let's go 2-2, but we got to fight. But the good thing is we're only half a game out, so that's always good news. And another thing, the Saints, we have a lead over them since we have beaten them, and the Panthers are going to be the Panthers. So I really hope that you Buck fans are not too worried about that. That's not really going to be it. The Panthers, they're irrelevant at this point. I can see them just playing just for pride and some people to stay employed, but to be competitive, no. The Saints, I think they're going to flame out as well, especially with this rumor talk about Winston going to the Vikings possibly. That'll be very interesting because now at that point, you lose Winston. If Carr can't stay healthy, that's something to look at because that's going to be big news. And then hold on, let's shout out to Bucks Ray Bolts, Bucks trade rumors. Yeah, we'll get into that. Let's talk about the rumors. Man, there's really no rumors to talk about. You heard what Bowles said today. The man was like, we're not buying or selling. We're just spectating. Look, Bowles, if you look light, don't listen to what he got to say. Pull the trigger. If you can get a running back, a safety, or another lineman, go for it. If the Bucks are serious about being playoff contenders and winning the NFC South, you got to get your pieces. Rachaad White, I think he's a good second down back, but get out there and get somebody else because I know everybody heard the news about Leonard Fournette going to the Bills. Good for him. If we could have gotten Fournette back for the cheap, I would have went with it, but it is what it is. That's done now. The Bucks are going to have to make a move. If they want to be, tomorrow is the last day that they can make something happen. And if they don't, they're gonna. To me, it's showing that you might just be playing for better picks, but hopefully not. Hopefully Canales understands that you just got to use what you have been blessed with in Evans and Godwin, and you have a number 3 receiver in Palmer. You just have to use him right. You have to, and the most important thing, you have to use your quarterback right. But, all right, it's already obvious, but Baker is not a Brady. He is not a guy that can. He's not a pinpoint passer. That's not who he is. Baker I think he could still be a very solid quarterback, but that means Canales needs to get the play action more, get more rollouts, bootlegs, have him throw across the field. He makes good decisions when he is on the rollout, and he's an improvising type of quarterback, Jameis Winston-esque, but just not with the big turnover issues. So that's what I want people to understand. Baker is not the complete problem of this game. Does he have bad moments? Yes. But if you're going to have him stand in the pocket, let it be that he's taking a shot down the field or a short intermediate route. But you have to get this man in the rhythm. That is the key word for this offense going for the entire rest of the season is rhythm. And yes, it should. My expectations are that the Bucs offense, I said this to you guys before, that I didn't expect the Bucs offense to really start clicking until after week 10. So we're heading into week 9. So now I do need to see some damn improvement. I'm with you guys. I just think for the people who are bashing Baker, you have to understand the coaches have to put their players in the best positions to win. And Canales wasn't doing that for the past few weeks. And that's why I'm really, I'm very short with him now, because now it's don't do what we did last season, Bucs. Like Canales. Byron already showed you why the run up the middle is not going to always work. You don't have the line to do that. And you don't have the running back that's willing to commit to blowing up the tackles and running in between. As we can see, Rachaad White is very good at making people miss. So how about introduce some toss plays to him? If it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere, but mix it up. We just got to get the running backs more useful. Throw it to them in the flats. And that is the way that I do think that this Bucs offense can turn things around. Later on, you'll see that Slick and we have come up with our own plays, because I saw a lot of plays left out on the field that we could have easily shredded the Bills. The main thing that the Bucs that I do want Canales to pay attention to is, if you're going to have Baker stand in the pocket, either the play, in my opinion, the play has got to be something that's quick, that he knows that his number one option is going to be, or you take that one deep shot. But one thing I want Canales to focus on is the middle of the field. A lot of defenders have been leaving the middle of the field open for the Bucs, and the Bucs are never exploiting that. Otten should never do any out routes. For right now, let him be the secret weapon and kill up the middle. He has a good enough speed. He runs a good route. Do that every time Otten gets a good yardage. It's always up the middle. So let's do that more often. And let's get, again, you know what I'm going to say, we got to get more crossing routes in there. Switch the personnel up. So certain plays, put Palmer in, because his speed alone, they're going to have to honor. They're going to have to do that. Move Evans around. I want to see Evans more in the slot sometimes, because he'll make a defender's pay. Just imagine if they can't put their number one corner on him, they're going to have to put a nickel on him, and he might not be as good, and they'll put a safety over. And then that's when the receivers on the outside can do damage. I would always do this. If I were the Bucs, to play complementary football and to make matchup nightmares, if Evans is going to be in the middle of the slot, I'm going to put Palmer on the outside, just because you got to pick your poison at that point. The defenders are going to have to choose whether to get burnt by Palmer's speed or an elite receiver in Evans making those tough catches. So that is what's going to happen. They have to get their pieces around. We know what Godwin is capable of. Again, short intermediate routes and sometimes take some deep shots with him because he can get down the field as well. And with Tompkins' speed, I think he should be used more in screen passes because he is small and he has that burst. Jarrett, I'm not too certain about yet. I like his speed too, but in the meantime, for Jarrett, I would just have him do a deep crossing route or an out route. I don't want these Canales to do. He has to realize your big possession receivers are going to be Godwin and Evans. Everyone else, Baker the plays need to be designed for Baker to throw on the run and to where these guys are catching in stride. With speed receivers like a Palmer or a Jarrett or Tompkins, don't make them possession receivers. Get it to where they can get, when they get that separation, you throw it to him in stride so he can catch and go. I think a lot of times the way that Canales is designing these plays on offense is where he wants these guys to just catch, just to be a possession catcher and then trying to make something happen. That's not how we that out of Evans and Godwin, that is not the receiving core. Palmer still has to get developed because he does drop some catches. So that is the simple key to this offense. Get the rhythm going in the offense with the short passes to set the run up, because everything I just told you, if all that is effective, now you can do HB draw run plays up the middle or to the outside with Rachaad White. Rachaad White has that elusiveness where he can do that. And if defenses don't load the box, then the Bucs run game, I guarantee you this, the Bucs run game will be far more effective because now defenses have to honor the passing game, and they're going to be scared of that because when Baker gets in that rhythm, he can be very dangerous. Now, with that being said, Canales, if he's smart, like I said, he gets that run game going. Now this offense can take off because now with that you can rotate your running backs in now because any of them can run the rock. So this is what I'm saying. The Bucs offense has got to be creative and play the players and not the scheme. Canales, I say this again. The scheme doesn't mean a damn thing if a player cannot play that. So I go back to the Bills game. The linebacking core for the Bills, they were not that good, and the middle of the field was open, and I think Canales dropped the ball because he was too damn scared. He wasn't aggressive enough. There was too many times where they literally were just blowing up the middle of the line, and you had maybe one linebacker that would back out a little bit, but typically the middle of the field was still wide open. So even with that linebacker, if you throw a quick pass to the tight end, the linebacker, it's going to take that defending linebacker to come and get to him, but by then it's too late. He got the first down. Now, one thing I do like hesitate with Baker being thrown in the middle is because of his height, because when he does throw it, some passes tend to get batted down. So that's why I think between 5 to 7 plays, it should be that he should already know who his number one guy is, the option is going to be. He shouldn't have to scan the field yet, because again, rhythm is the key to this offense. So I want a couple plays where Baker is going to go, okay, Evans, if you're in the slot, this is going right to you. If this is what their coverage is, this is what the play is going to be. Okay, Godwin, I'm going straight to you. Palmer, I'm going straight to you. And then when he gets that rhythm, then Baker should go, okay, now we can go through our progressions. But Canales has got to keep this offense simple. And the reason why you can keep it simple is because you have the weapons. It's not that many defenses out there that are going to completely shut down Evans and Godwin. And even if one of those guys start cooking, now it leaves somebody else open because they're definitely going to want to double Evans. Evans always is going to get doubled on principle because that's just who he is. When you don't double Evans, that's disrespectful because they'll make you pay. The offense has to be in unison. They have to get that rhythm going. They have to get that intensity going, and they have to take shots. They have to get aggressive. I need to see more down the field passes. Let's try to get Palmer out there. Let's try to get Jared out there or Tompkins. We have to be aggressive. We have to have some no risk it, no biscuit moments in this offense because we're too vanilla and they know, okay, let's just stop the intermediate passes. No, we need to take these shots. I'm telling you, that is what's wrong with this Bucs offense. A lot of defenses don't take us serious because we're not being aggressive enough, and then we get away from it when Baker does mess up. Sometimes it might take Baker 2 to 3 deep shots to get his rhythm going. Again, I told you guys, Baker is a rhythm quarterback. We have to accept that. He's not going to be necessarily the elite quarterbacks where they can just turn it on like that when they have a few bad series. That's not Baker. Baker's is not that kind of guy. He's not Brady. He's not Aaron or Peyton. So with the offensive side, we just need to establish a rhythm. And this will be a good challenge for us because this Texans team this week, next week is not going to be a walk in the park. It's really not going to be. And we have to do our due diligence and take advantage, especially if their defense is lacking. We have a far more talented team. Now let's get to the defensive side. The defensive side, I like Kancey. Kancey is making big things happen for himself. He's doing the damn thing. Now, when it comes to Kancey, when it comes to the rest of the defense, you already know what I'm going to say about Bowles. I do think he needs to not play so much zone or cushion coverage for this defense. Our secondary is not designed like that. And if we play more man, I do believe the front seven will get more sacks. We'll be able to accumulate more turnovers. And that means for the corners as well, especially a safety in Antoine Winfield. Keep him in the box, especially if you're going to play man, because then even if it looks like that receiver's beat, with the pressure, the quarterback might not realize that Winfield is right there, and that's where Winfield can get a pick six or at least an interception. Winfield is, to me, an elite all-pro safety, top 3 of the league at this moment. So this is why the Bucs, I told you guys this before, the Bucs do not have a premier pass rusher. We don't, and that's something that we'll have to look at in the next year's draft. But right now, our most solid pass rusher is Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett, like I said, one word to describe him, he's solid, not elite. I think he's right below elite. He's solid. He's a solid guy. So with that being said, we need to have the safety, the secondary play a lot closer. So when Vita comes back, and I hope he's healthy, he'll be able to get double. They're gonna have to double him, and that's when Kancey can eat, and that's when JTS or Yaya can eat, and that's what we need. Because when we get the zone coverage and the cushion coverage, that kills us. I've said this many times. Bowles' weakness, the secret is out. Time is his worst enemy on defense because they march down the field, drive by drive, slowly draining his defense. Now in the red zone, the defense is fine, but that's not enough because, again, ultimately they're still breaking. That's why in the first 4 to 5 series, the defense in the red zone looks really good, but then they start to break down because they're tired, they're exhausted. So Bowles, I need Bowles to be aggressive earlier. Don't be aggressive because then it goes against you, because then you'll be aggressive in the late second half when you don't need to be. You have to know when to sick the dogs and when to drop back in coverage. I'm not saying for people out there thinking that I just want them to play man all day. No, that's foolish. But what I don't want them to do is sit back and slowly get picked apart and have the life zapped out of them. We don't have the Gronkowskis or Brady's or the line in the running game that we used to, because back in the day, just a few years ago, Bowles had Arians was the coach. So with that, the defense can mess up sometimes because our offense could bail them out. Our offense isn't there yet. We're not there yet. So the defense is still going to have to be the hero for the most part. Defense, get in there. I want to see more. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Yaya more than JTS. I think Yaya has more promise than JTS, and I think JTS could be a good rotational guy. He could be good in depth. Logan Hall is another one that could be in depth. William Golston, he's always the guy. Levante David is still playing at an elite level. Devin White, he's been very invisible, so I need to see more from him because the man was asking for $100 million this offseason, so you need to play like it. But I also do think that Bowles, he's another one that got to get a little more creative with his schemes. I would love to see this. I would love to see Devin White on the edge. How about we do that? How about we put him on the edge? Let him utilize his speed and put Yaya at his position or Savasier, and they can drop into coverage. I do think Yaya has what it takes to drop into a little bit of coverage and watch the middle of the field. And Devin, with his speed, if he still has it, he can make a way to pressure the quarterback, at least to run it the wrong direction for Shaq Barrett to get him, or Vita Vea or Cansey. That's, like I said, that is coming along. That is what I want to see. I really need to see this defense play elite. They've been solid. They're solid as well. Defense has been solid, but this defense can be elite. But it's gonna be up to Bowles on how he wants to play this. Bowles, this is no time to be stubborn. This is no time to have a stoic mentality and just sit back and just say, well, you can't be scared anymore. You're in charge. Remember, you are still on the hot seat. This isn't, you haven't been absolved of anything yet. As a matter of fact, your defense better be at least top 10 at the end of the season, because they're going to start looking at you and saying, well, hey, you're not keeping your end of the bargain, Bowles. Yeah, your defense was solid, but you got the coordinator you wanted. But again, your defense isn't even doing enough, because again, Bowles, you are supposed to be the defensive mastermind, which we know we've seen it before, but you also have got to get them to play to the next level, which means you have to eliminate the fear. I don't want to hear, well, if we play this, man, we might get beat deep. You don't know if you don't try it. But we already know on film that when you play zone and cushion coverage and you have your guys 6, 7 to 10 yards back, nothing good comes of it. Carlton Davis doesn't have that kind of recovery speed, and that's no knock to him. I think he's a better physical guy who can make the tackles, who can knock you off the route. That's what we need. That is exactly what this Bucs defense should do. So with that being said, how about we go into the Texans matchup? This is a team that is on the come up. CJ Stroud is doing the damn thing. He's exceeded a lot of expectations than I thought. I figured he would have he would be doing good, but not this fast. He is certainly much better than Bryce Young. I said that to people a long time ago. I'm like, y'all putting all this faith into Bryce Young? Okay. This ain't college, but I hear you. So I do think that the Bucs still have a good advantage. Now they're going to be underdogs in this because we're going on the road and we've been playing like shit for the past 3 games. So it's well deserved that we are the underdogs. This is what the Bucs, again, like I said, you're playing an inferior team on paper. Take advantage. Rattle CJ Stroud's cage. Do not let him pick you apart. Do not let him run all over you. Put pressure on him. Make him pay. Do not make them one-dimensional. I want CJ Stroud to try to beat us with his arm, because again, the Bucs still have a defense that is just way too good for this. You cannot go into this game, Bucs, and take them lightly. As a matter of fact, you should not be going in this game. You should be going in this game feeling desperate, not saying, oh, well, the season is no. I need urgency. So the word desperate, no. I need urgency. I need someone in this Bucs locker room to say, guys, we've lost 3 damn games. 3 games in a row. We were 3-1 going into the bye week. What the hell is happening? What the fuck happened, guys? We got to get our shit together. And then also talk to the coaches. Some of y'all got to say, look, coach, I hear what you're saying, but if you don't agree, say, look, this is what we're doing. This is what I think this will help us be better at, because this scheme is not doing it for us. We're getting our asses kicked, coach. So, and coaches, you need to have some humility and listen and say, okay, well, what are we doing wrong? Because this shit is just going too far. You lose to the Texans, we're talking a whole nother type. People have already doubted you, including myself. At this point, I'm starting to look for heads to roll. You can't beat a team like the Texans and you lose. And not only that, if you lose bad. We're not at this point now. We're going to be assuming, okay, so y'all just playing for draft picks. Y'all just completely damn near giving it up, because you shouldn't. It ain't like you're 2 games behind in this division. This division is not that good. So you still have a shot. So take full advantage of the shit. Get out there and put CJ Stroud on his ass. Bone up. They don't have a legit number 1 receiver. So there's no reason to play scared. Make that receiver beat you. I want them to make them embarrass Carlton Davis. But because you know why? It won't happen. I need Dean to get his head into the game and play a more solid and sound-minded football. I love the fact that Rondé Barber and Richard Sherman called him out. And Richard said, stop fucking up and stop thinking about it and just do it. Thank you. Shout out to Sherman for that. And shout out to Rondé. We need those and we need Bowles to say shit like that. You're not undermining a player when he's playing like shit. If he's playing like shit, so be it. If anything, you calling him out, it could possibly help him. So you have to say things like that. That's why I liked Arians. Arians did, he spoke his mind. And this is another player that we have to monitor and see if he needs. I personally think Ryan Neal should be benched. He shouldn't be on the squad. He should be at the bottom of the list. He's just not it for us, guys. I know people have been defending him about certain coverages, but he just can't make the damn tackles either. Every time I see him, he's always running behind some fucking body. He's not good. He's costing us more than he's helping us. He is a liability. So let's get Delaney in there. I want to see what Delaney could be like. At least with Delaney, he has been solid. So this is where, again, Bowles, you're going to have to make these decisions. Because, again, you cannot go in there and let a rookie just shred on you, shit on you and shred you apart. We cannot be what Atlanta was. Look at, dude came in. I've heard of him, but not too much. Man was just threw 4 touchdowns on the Falcons. A team that everybody thought was a top 10 defense. I told y'all, they caught the Bucs sleeping for whatever reason. But, yeah. Offensively, when we play the Texans, as I said earlier, establish a rhythm with this team, Canales. If you want to run, that's fine, but get creative with it. Get better schemes. Let's see some jet sweeps. Let's see something else with the wide receivers running. Tompkins, if Tompkins runs, it has to be something like, I can see him in a jet sweep, but after that, the shenanigans with him fumbling in Atlanta, my confidence on him is low because he got to learn how to just fall to the ground. But yes, pass. This is another thing. Again, I want to see more deep shots taken in this game. I want to see Baker go out there. If you're gonna have him in the pocket, y'all have got Canales. You have got to at least get this man to throw down the damn field. That's all we're saying. This Texas team can be beaten. Is it a tough game? Absolutely. But I still believe you can at least beat this team by 10 points. I want to see this offense put up at least 24 points. Can you give me 24 points? I'll tell you this right now. If the Bucs offense can give this defense 20 points, the Bucs will win most of their games. For the remainder of the season, I could only see you losing 1 to 2 games, maybe. And that's another thing. it's certain things that are happening around the league that might be a blessing in disguise. We take care of business here. We go to Tennessee. Tennessee is good, but they ain't great. They're an okay team. Offense is still suspect, but we'll see because of that new quarterback. Their defense is straight, but I still think we beat them. The 49ers. The 49ers, man, they are getting very exposed with Brock Purdy. It shouldn't be a stretch to say that he was a quarterback who was a good system QB with all the talent surrounding him. And now with injuries accumulating, the 49ers are getting exposed. So it's not even a stretch anymore to say that the Bucs can't beat them. If the Bucs can stay healthy, they have a shot because 49ers, we'll see. That's still a little down the line, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So let me get back to this Texans game. The Texans, like I said, I think that this Bucs team we can take them. We can beat them. We can win. There's no need for us to lose this game. I don't see it. I just don't want to get on this show again pissed off because I can't take it's bad enough we lost to the Falcons. I was already pissed off about losing to the Falcons, but we lose to the Texans. Now you're just telling me you don't know what the hell you're doing, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. I don't want that, and I just don't want to have a moment where Bowles gets and Canal getting over their head, and they're gonna end up like this.
Listen, we fucked up.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? That is because that has been literally Bowles the past 3 weeks with Canales and Canales. It's just been nothing but
listen. We fucked up.
That's it. That's all I've been seeing is that bullshit. I've just been seeing, oh yeah, well, we're gonna be sitting here and we're gonna evaluate from time and everything. And if people knew what the scheme we were doing, that was not his fault. We're just gonna take our time. Yeah. So, Coach, why do you keep playing cushion coverage? Well, I don't want to see my players get beat deep, and I just see a certain thing and I just go for it. Next question. Bowles, but that makes no sense. Why do you not get aggressive in the beginning and you wait until it's almost too late? Well, I gotta just fill this team out. You know what I mean? Like that's what we have to do, and I stand behind that. Can't have that, Bowles. Can't have that shit. We cannot have that. We cannot do that shit. Listen to me. I'm here to help you. Yes, I see certain things. I'm not in the film room with you, but I also do know how to evaluate certain players. I'm that guy out there where I go, okay, this person, he doesn't even realize he's tipping himself that when he's going to go a certain way, he puts his foot in the ground this way. Here's this guy doing this. Oh, he's tired. He's sucking wind. Why do you say that? Because, or he's tipping himself when he's going to rush. He puts his hand on his knee or his thigh, and he does. I look at the littlest things that players will do to give themselves, and when they give themselves away on the field, and they don't even know it. That is what I'm talking about when you play the players and not the scheme. Because again, the scheme could be perfect. You could have somebody could be in a perfect play call to beat Evans if he does a go route. But because of who Evans is, and if that guy is tired, if he's been in there for a little too long or one step short, Evans could go past him in the game and score a touchdown. That's what all teams do to the Bucs. When we're in the Bucs for the past, I feel like for the past 6-7 years, especially under Bowles, yes, we have been lights out in defense, some time. But other times, teams just take risk on us. They come in with the mindset of we don't give a shit who you guys are. We're going to take advantage of you. And that's what the Bucs need to do. Take risks, take chances. If you mess up, you mess up. Bowles, you can't go for it on 4th and 6 one game, and then on 4th and 2 you don't do it, and then you fake a kick. You have to be consistent. For you, you have to be consistent. You have the team, you have the tools, and just for the love of God, you have a quarterback that can run too. If you see that the defense is literally committing to one side because they think that White is going to run to the left, get a bootleg where Baker just fucking runs. Literally, there's going to be some plays where all Baker has to do is take off and he's going to run for 20 to 30 yards. Do that, because then when Baker is mobile, now the offense is going to be really dangerous. That is what we need. So when you go for the Texans game, I want to see a few quarterback options. If they're playing a certain zone coverage or man coverage, yeah, better at man, because that means if we run a spread, there's going to be some parts of the field that's going to be open and Baker can take off. I actually think that Baker would thrive in a spread because he's mobile. He can move around. We have the receivers to do it. A lot of people have speed. Man, I'm telling you right now, I got a few plays and ideas where a lot of people think that Evans and Godwin should be on the outside. Not necessarily. Put them in the inside. Make them do damage out there and mix it up for the defense. Like I said, my speed guys are going to be on the outside. I'm telling you now. I would have Palmer on one side. I would have Jarrett or Tompkins on the other, because somebody is going to – the two most important factors is going to be Evans and Godwin, y'all. So that means a safety in a corner is going to have to take one or the other. They're just going to have to. That's just how it is. And that means somebody's going to be open. And here's what makes it even sweeter. It makes it sweeter. I'm sorry. When it comes to the running back, Rashad will be a blocker just to make sure that Baker gets that extra second that he needs. Or I could have my main man, Rachaad White, go out for a quick pass. I could have him do a chip and then a nice little chip and then go out for, a pass. I would have a lot of fun with all these weapons, but I really mean that when I say Evans and Godwin in the inside can really fuck an entire defense up, because if they put they're going to have to try to put their best guys on them. And if they do that, there's going to be a weak ass link in their secondary. There's going to be a weak link to where, this guy doesn't know what he's doing because he just got in the game and he doesn't have that much experience. And that's where the speed is going to kill him. I'm telling you, with Palmer out there, Bowles, you have a number 3 receiver. You're just not doing your job right. You're not doing it right. And Canales, you're not doing it right. You got to get these guys open that suits them best. I said it earlier during the show. They're not going to be possession catchers like a Evans or a Godwin. You got to give it to them in stride. You got to give it to them where Baker can improvise and go and run on the side and run to the outside. That's what needs to happen. Christopher Cole, thank you. You said Baker can't run right now because of his knee. That is something to look at. But as again, here's my only opinion that I have on that. I would tell Baker, or if I'm Canales, to choose the plays wisely, because he's going to tough it out. Baker makes gutsy plays. If there's a play to where there's nothing there and he can take off in the field and there's no one there, he can slide. I'm not saying run all the time, but there's going to be some plays to where if Baker runs, it's going to put fear into defenses, because now they have to mind that, which means they might put somebody out there to watch him as a QB spy, which leaves the field open. I'm telling you right now, until they fix it, until defenses catch on, the Bucs have the perfect weapons on offense to kill defenses in the middle. Otten is either going to run up the damn seam to me, or you're going to be a middle. You're going to catch in the middle or a shallow crossing route, something to where that middle is going to be taken advantage of. And again, I would put Evans in the slot or Godwin in the slot or Palmer in the slot. You have the weapons at your disposal, Canales. It is going to be up to you on how you use them. That is all we are saying. You have to get that taken care of, because if not, it's just, look, this is what we want. I really want this. This is all I'm asking for is for a Bucs team to come in here and just have this kind of moment. Don't we want to see this moment again?
Hey. One word describes this game.
I want to see that. We haven't seen that since before the damn bye week. I want to celebrate a victory, guys. I want to see a damn victory, damn it. I want results, positive results on the field, positive results on the outcome of the game. I want to see the Bucs get out there and dominate. We haven't dominated a team in a while. This could be the perfect game for the Bucs to come back in here and establish confidence within yourselves. You get out here and you beat a team like the Texans, because the Texans were not, look at how they played the Panthers. They lost to the Panthers, and the Panthers are not a good team. The Panthers aren't good, and you know that. The Panthers are not a good team. Let's be real. So the Texans are going to try to put everything in their power, do everything they're going to throw everything. They're going to throw a lot of things at us that we haven't seen, but damn it, take advantage. Bows, that means do not let their offense get in the rhythm. Do not try to figure out what they can do at the moment. Stop them first, because you never know. We get up on them early, we can make them panic. Slick has said this before, and I agree. The Bucs are not a team right now on offense that's built to play from behind. We are an offense that right now at this moment, we need to be up, because when we're up, now defenses will be guessing on how to stop us. Right now, to be quite honest, when we play this Texas team, I've said this before, and when we play other teams, if the Bucs can just get up 13-0 in the first quarter, like if it's almost going into the second quarter, but 13 points, if you can get 13 points, Bucs offense in the first quarter, you'll beat most teams in the NFL, because your defense will be able to get hungry. They'll be able to sustain things. I don't see a lot of teams that can just completely dominate us. But this is what I'm saying, Bucs. You have an opportunity to dominate this team. The Texans are still an up-and-coming team in development, but if you play things right, your players are in the right position, the right mindset, if the coaches make the right calls, you have a chance to win this game in a good fashion. What I mean by that, you never know. You might be able to beat this team. I said at least by 10, but if you play dominant football, is it too much for me to ask to beat them by 17 or 20 points? Is it too much for me to ask you at this time? I hope not. I really do. I really hope I'm not asking too much, but I just see so much potential in this team, and I don't want it to go to shit all because people don't know what they're doing. And that's in the front office and for the players. So you guys got to get your shit together. That is basically the announcement I want to give to this Bucs team, to the players. Get out there and grind. I don't want to see any loafing. because there's a couple of players out there that I've seen that's not holding their end of the bargain up, and I don't like that shit because again, you want these stats again. 2024 in your average salary is $38,000. 25-34 is 52,000. 35 to 44 is 63,000. So you're making a lot more than that. But remember, your job ain't always safe, especially for the young guys. Don't be out here bullshitting. So remember, y'all want y'all to remember those stats. That remember, it ain't easy for everybody else out here. You see what I'm saying? You can lose your job and you will be set if you save your money right. People like myself can't afford to do that. So just think about that. And those same people are the ones that are paying your bills and all your shit. So you need to go out there and perform, Bucs players. You need to get out there. And I don't care if you get beat. If you can go down fighting, I'm all right with that because that shows me you have integrity. So again, and for all you out there, please again stay tuned keep listening and spread the word and subscribe and share for the aftermath on 102.9 The Game, Broad Street South Radio. Because we be talking here, as you can see, we are passionate here. We speak that we talk real shit here. I don't fluff. I don't hide behind anything. I will give you my personal opinions, but I will establish the facts as well. And I'm always looking to talk to anybody. So if you feel like I'm wrong about something, you can always get on here and we can always break it down that way. So that is all I'm trying to say because I believe in this team and I just don't want the players to take that for granted because if you take that for granted, then you don't deserve to be in the league because somebody else out there would love to be in your position to play for a third of what you're making. So it's still a privilege to play in this game. And I want you all to understand that. And for the coaches, I want you to have some humility and understand it's okay to be wrong and understand, well, let me see what I can do to help my players. And it's not always about what my scheme is. Let me see if I can get this guy open because he's good at this and not at that. That is what the Bucs need to do. Like I said, when we played the Texans, this is a team that you can definitely beat. They're not going to be easy, but they're damn sure ain't going to be. They're not supposed to be super hard. So you have to go out there though and play with intensity. It's urgent. You win this game, Bucs. You can be 4-4, and you never know if the Falcons take a nosedive, then you're right back into it because you go in and you play the Titans the week after. You beat them, you're good to go. Hold on, let me make sure I got that right. So give me a 1 second, guys. I appreciate you. Just want to make sure the Bucs scheduling. Am I right about that? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't play the. We play the. Yeah. I was right. We played Titans on the 12th, and then on the 19th we played the 49ers. So it's still a possibility that we can make noise. Like I said, you beat the Texans and the Titans, which I think you can. Now you're back at 5-4. And let's say if you lose to the 49ers, you're at 500. So you're in good shape. You're in good shape. So we can't because then everything else after that, we're good to go. The hardest team after the 49ers will be the Jags. If we win everything else and we beat the Jags, now you're 11-6 or 10-7 at worst. So we have time to get it right. So get this shit together and make things happen. So now I'm gonna talk further more on another show, my score prediction. But right now, I just wanted to say I do think that the Bucs will win, and I can give you my prediction another time when I do more little research on it. But again, thank you for always tuning in. Again, always check out the Aftermath on 102.9 The Game, Broad Street South Radio. This is your co-host, AJ Turnup right here. And you can also find some of my videos. You can find me on my own channel on YouTube. It's about Bucking Time. Then also, if you go to my page on Instagram, AJ Turnup, check the link. And I have a lot of merchandise where I try to send a positive vibe message. One of my biggest mottos is respect the process. Reality checks don't bounce. So, and also, so yeah. And as always, go Bucs.